352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA, 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 20 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I don't remember too many rules. When I was a kid and we would go to Thanksgiving dinner, we would always go to my uncle and aunt's house. And my father was the one who always gave us the rules, you know. And you couldn't wear a hat at the table. That was a biggie.
Exactly.
You know? But I never wore a hat anyway, so I didn't have to worry about that one. But nowadays, right, do you tell the guests, the kids and the adults, no phones? Do you say no phones at the table? I mean, what is the etiquette there? Should the host have some kind of a rule that says, you know, we're here to be with each other, not with whoever's on your phone on the other end? Are we allowed?
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's common sense, right?
Yeah, it is, exactly.
But even beyond that little time of the day and that one little day of the year, we're kind of doing something to ourselves of the relationships we normally have. We should have, right? Just getting to know each other, right? How many times did you have something bad happen to you? You had a flat tire. Somebody helped you out with the flat tire. Next thing you know, you're having a conversation with somebody you never would have met ever.
Exactly.
So what, you know, we need to, maybe this is part of what's ailing us as a society. Maybe we just need to just look at each other and talk to each other. Dr. Winfried Sedhoff is on the phone. He's a family physician specializing in mental health. He's a survivor of depression and author. The book is called The Friendship Key to a Lasting Peace, United Communities, Stronger Relationships. That's what I'm kind of trying to get at.
That's right.
Equality. Oh my gosh, we just had a gentleman on the phone. He sounded a little older, but he was a gay man. And when he was younger, he was arrested for being gay.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy too, right? Dr. Sedhoff, it's an honor to have you on the show, and I love what I've read about your book. Good morning. The book is called The Friendship Key. Good morning,
yes.
Doctor. Are you there? Did we lose you?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Thank you. Good morning. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Brisbane, Australia.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Nice.
Well, you don't have Thanksgiving over there, do you?
No, not really.
But do you have that same problem? I mean, do you have everybody kind of disconnected?
Oh, it's a common problem, isn't it? I mean, in Australia it's very bad, and I know it sounds like it's true certainly in the United States. We have other things that are more important in our lives, so we just don't tend to spend the time connecting like we should, like you've been describing.
So, you know, I had big hopes when I saw this thing called chat rooms when the internet first started, because I thought, now you're not going to know what somebody looks like, you're not going to know their age, but you will be able to communicate with people in Iran or in the Middle East in general or in Russia. And guess what? People are people. Maybe we can finally have peace on Earth. But it turns out that it actually was more harmful than it was good.
Exactly. I know social media's got a lot to answer for, doesn't it? All right. Particularly in terms of friendships. I mean, it's actually divided us probably more than anything.
And yeah, in so many ways. So what do you suggest? What does the book offer any ideas on how we can improve the circumstances?
Oh, completely, and that's ultimately why I wrote the book. Essentially, it's about, first of all, us recognizing what friendship really is. I think we've kind of degraded the idea of what we think friendship is, because social media suggests all you've got to do is have a like or two and connect online and you must be a friend. But that's not really true. We really need to have proper physical connection. We need to have emotional connection with each other close by. This is a human connection that we're missing, and technology certainly doesn't help us with that. It can actually get in the way, particularly if we don't use it in a very smart way.
You talk about respect, not just about respecting others, but about respecting yourself as well.
Completely. In fact, it's very hard to help someone else feel respected if we don't respect ourselves. So, to me, it's the key. Having said that, okay, it works both ways, because if we treat other people with respect, they tend to feel respected. They're more likely to give respect to us. Then we feel respected, and it can actually work out as a good cycle if we can get the ball rolling.
So do we need a set of rules that almost serve as like an etiquette guide for the 21st century?
Look, I think you're probably right. I think we do. I haven't written it yet. I don't think nobody else has yet.
You go into detail about friendships, about the different friendships, not just person to person, but employee to employer, people within their own governments as well.
Completely. In fact, the friendships aren't always going to be the same. I mean, the friendships we have with people on the street will be different to the one we have in our relationship, which will be different to the ones we have at work, because often we need more of a professional type of friendship at work. It's going to be different again to the ones we have in government, but the basic components are always the same. And that's something we can all learn from friendship, and that is to help people feel valued, noticed, respected, all of those 10 components that I spoke about. We can still find ways of meeting that with everybody so that we all feel like we can be friends.
And people should use your book as a mirror, because there are some parts in there that I've seen that was a reflection of myself.
Ah, yes. In fact, it's funny how self-help books tend to do that, isn't it?
It is, very much so.
So like what?
So I think we can learn a lot about ourselves. We can learn about what drives us, who we are as human beings, and more importantly, it gives us a choice of where we want to be, what it looks like. Where do we want to go? Do we want to create a world and a life that is full of love and friendship and closeness and peace and safety, or do we want to create one that's actually divisive, full of fear and hate and prejudice? I mean, this is our choice. The more we know about ourselves, the more we can choose where we go.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, I don't know if this is almost like a cliche kind of a question, but is it easier said than done? I mean, we all kind of have these thoughts on how to make the world better, and then we don't do them.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, it makes life very difficult. The other problem is, of course, it looks so daunting. Everything looks so terrible at the moment, and we see all these people with power and wealth taking control of everything. We think, what the heck can we do as an individual to make a difference? But this is what the friendship has taught me, that we can actually make a huge difference. A lot of the time it comes down to grassroots. If enough of us as individuals value friendship and apply those 10 components, there's respect and listening to each other, for instance, then the rest of the people around us will do it as well. And, of course, the government is a reflection of us. So if we change our priorities, the government's likely to change theirs too. So
you would hope so.
Change it all from the grassroots.
And the encouragement that people should give others when they do a good job or when they do something unique, they shouldn't be afraid to say, you did something really great there, and instead of, not saying anything, feeling that people, that they should be the ones that are given encouragement and praise to.
That's exactly right, and that meets many of the friendship needs in one go. All right, we're noticing the person, we're respecting them, we're validating them, we're appreciating what they've done for us. Okay, I mean, little things, little gestures like that can make a huge difference. And that's what I try to focus on. Try and keep it practical, do simple things, and try and do them a little bit more each day for each other, and we can actually make quite a difference.
How do you handle somebody who has a constant need to have their ego stroked and built up? And they don't return it. Like, let's say, you just wrote a great book. Is there somebody in your life telling you that? You need to know that you are very, very good at what you do.
Yeah, and look, that's a hard one, isn't it? I mean, because sometimes people can be a little bit narcissistic, as we call it, and that can sort of fall back on us and end up in a bad way. Mm-hmm. But having said that, I think we all deserve to have some praise when we do the right thing. I think our aim here is to meet the needs in others as best we can, with the idea that if we meet them in them, they've got a better chance of meeting them back in us. So we're sort of being the example to them of how to be a good friend.
You have in the book, one of the pages lists the 6 steps to make others feel a sense of validation and approval. The last one speaks to everybody. Be a good friend and meet their other friendship needs. That is a Mr. Rogers, isn't it? Just be a good friend, right?
That's it. I mean, it's pretty simple, hey? But we're struggling with it badly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate the fact that you wrote the book. I really think that we need this in this world right now, and I think it's going to make a big difference for the world, at least those who read it. I have a copy of the book, so if I have a listener who would like the book, The Friendship Key, call me right now, and I'll pick one caller at random, and it'll be yours, 622-9622. I did find it on Amazon. Do you have a website you'd like to direct us to?
Absolutely. If you type in my name, Winfried Sedhoff, WINFRIEDSEDHOFF.com, you can find me there and leave comments, and happy to share a conversation if you wish.
All right. Well, thank you for calling us from down under.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Pleasure.
And I know you'll have Thanksgiving, so have a happy Thursday next week.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'll talk to you, and have a lovely Thanksgiving yourself.
Thank you. All right, we'll be right back.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Chris Foster. A State Department diplomat who says he overheard President Trump on the phone with European Ambassador Gordon Sondland talking about investigations in Ukraine, and 2 witnesses for the impeachment inquiry today. After that call, David Holmes says Sondland told him the president didn't care about Ukraine, only the big stuff.
I noted there was big stuff going on in Ukraine, like a war with Russia. And Ambassador Sondland